Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's honestly an honor to share this story with you. We are about to go on a really special journey together. It's a journey back in time to explore something that has touched so many of our lives. We'll look at the creation of a world filled with incredible creatures and unforgettable adventures. This is the story of Pokémon, a phenomenon that connected us all. Trading with a link cable, walking around our neighborhoods with our phones. It's a story about friendship, discovery, and the dream of becoming the very best. Every great adventure has a beginning, and the story of Pokémon starts with one person, Satoshi Tajiri. As a young boy growing up in rural Tokyo, Satoshi had a deep love for the outdoors. His greatest passion was collecting and studying insects. He even started a self-published magazine called Game Freak with his friend Ken Sugimori. Ken Sugimori would later design the original Pokémon. The true aha moment came to Satoshi in the late 1980s. He imagined a game where players could collect creatures and trade them with friends. With this vision, Satoshi and his team spent 6 long years bringing it to life. The development was difficult, and the company nearly went bankrupt several times. Ken Sugimori designed the first 151 Pokémon, giving each a unique and memorable look. They wanted the creatures to feel like friends, not just monsters. On February 27, 1996, something amazing happened in Japan. At first, sales were slow, but word of mouth began to spread like wildfire. Players were captivated by the deep world of the Kanto region. They loved the challenge of battling gym leaders and the ultimate goal of catching all 151 Pokémon. The game's secret, Mew, created a huge buzz, fueling playground rumors. The show starring Ash and Pikachu premiered in 1997. It was an instant hit. Pikachu quickly became a global icon. The trading card game launched in 1996, bringing the core ideas into the real world. Finding a rare holographic card, like a Charizard, was a moment of pure joy. By 1998-1999, the phenomenon went global. In late 1999 in Japan, Pokémon Gold and Silver released for the Game Boy Color. They introduced 100 new Pokémon, bringing the total to 251. A real-time day and night cycle changed which Pokémon would appear. They introduced 2 new types, Steel and Dark. Pokémon could now hold items. Another layer of strategy. Breeding and Pokémon eggs expanded gameplay and collection. After becoming Johto champion, players could travel back to Kanto, like getting 2 games in one. The anime followed, introducing new companions and adventures. Pokémon Crystal, 2000, added animated sprites and the first player gender choice. Generation 2 proved Pokémon was here to stay. In 2002, Pokémon Ruby and Pokémon Sapphire brought players to the tropical Hoenn region. Vibrant graphics and 135 new Pokémon expanded the world to 386 total. Generation 3 introduced abilities and double battles, shifting core strategy. The anime entered its advanced generation era. New companions, contests, and stories. Remakes Fire Red and Leaf Green and Emerald with the Battle Frontier kept the series fresh. Battle Frontier tested trainers with unique facilities and fierce competition. Generation 3 was a period of bold innovation that refined the Pokémon formula. Next, the Nintendo DS would open new possibilities, but the evolution was far from over. The arrival of the Nintendo DS, with dual screens and Wi-Fi, marked a new chapter. Pokémon Diamond and Pearl, 2006, introduced the Sinnoh region and 107 new Pokémon. For the first time, players could connect globally, trades and battles over the internet. Platinum improved engine speed and story. Heart Gold and Soul Silver later celebrated Gen 2 remakes. Black and White, 2010, dared to introduce an all-new roster in Unova, a bold, fresh start. For the first time, the main games got direct sequels, Black 2 and White 2. This era was defined by online connectivity and ambitious storytelling. Next, full 3D on the 3DS, a new visual era. From Wi-Fi to 3D, Pokémon kept growing, and so did its global fanbase. Pokémon made its debut on the 3DS with Pokémon X and Y, the first mainline full 3D entries. This generation introduced the Fairy type and Mega Evolution, adding new strategy. Features like Pokémon Amy strengthened bonds between trainer and Pokémon. In 2016, the world was taken by storm by Pokémon Go, an AR mobile game that sent millions outside. It encouraged community play, exploration, and local discovery. Later that year, Generation 7, Sun and Moon, shook up the formula with island trials and Alola variants. Let's Go remade yellow mechanics with Go-style catching on Switch. The stage was set for the next major leap, the Nintendo Switch. Through it all, the anime and fans continued to celebrate the franchise in new ways. Next, the Switch would bring open worlds, new experiments, and 1,000-plus Pokémon. In 2019, the series debuted on the Nintendo Switch with Pokémon Sword and Shield. New mechanics like Dynamax and Gigantamax transformed battles into stadium spectacles. The wild area offered unprecedented camera freedom and exploration. For the first time, the games received large-scale DLC with new maps, stories, and Pokémon. Pokémon Legends, Arceus, 2022, reinvented the formula with ancient Hisui and open-zone exploration. Scarlet and Violet introduced true open-world freedom and multiple storylines from the start. The number of known Pokémon has grown to over 1,000. This era is defined by open worlds and experimental features. Pokémon is still evolving. Fans continue to gather, celebrate, and shape the community. Developers keep pushing boundaries with bold new ideas. From handheld bug-collecting routes to sprawling open worlds, the journey continues. And with each new release, new trainers and new stories join the adventure. Before we say goodbye, let's revisit one of the most magical chapters, the world of Pokémon cards. For many, the thrill began with the crinkle of a fresh booster pack, the anticipation building with every card revealed. Would it be a common Pidgey, or maybe, just maybe, a holographic Charizard? Playgrounds and living rooms turned into bustling trading hubs. Kids swapped cards to complete their collections or land that elusive favorite. It wasn't just about the rarest cards. Friendships formed, strategies debated, stories shared over stacks of colorful cardboard. For parents and collectors, the nostalgia is just as real. First edition's shiny finds passed down and rediscovered by new generations. The excitement of collecting Pokémon cards continues to connect people of all ages, a timeless ritual that captures the spirit of adventure and discovery at the heart of Pokémon. Whether you're hunting for a vintage card or just starting your collection, the Pokémon trading card game is more than a hobby. It's a shared experience, a touchstone for fans around the world, and one more reason why the world of Pokémon will always feel like home. As we look back on this incredible journey, from a small bug-catching idea to a global entertainment giant, it's clear Pokémon is more than just a franchise. A shared language of joy, friendship, and adventure that connects generations. It taught strategy, sportsmanship, and the importance of perseverance. Thank you so much for taking this trip down memory lane with me. If you enjoyed this journey and want to explore the history behind more of the things you love, subscribe to The History of Things. We are always uncovering new stories to share. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and never lose your sense of adventure. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and join our community. The History of Things. See you next time.